Why, hello there, I'm Professor Joel, and welcome to another episode of Planet Scooby Reviews. Today we are covering Scooby and the Beanstalk. And this episode originally aired on October 31st, 1981, and this is the third part of the seventh episode of the second season of the Richie Rich Scooby-Doo Show. Yeah, I'm nodding my head a lot because this series I'm so happy to be done with. But I don't want to ruin my ranking for this, so it's the final episode, let me tell you that, and I could not be happier. I have no plans ever watching this series again. I know so many of you love this series, but I think you're in the minority. And I can see why, because it's just, they're not that spooky. They're just kind of, I don't want to get into it, but if you love it, great for you. Applause for me. I'm happy for you, but I don't ever want to watch this again. Anyway, this episode is the Scooby-fied take on the Jack and the Beanstalk fables. So enough of my jibber jabber. Let's get on with the review. The episode begins with the gang caught in a downpour that ruins their bean cookout. Scooby spills the beans, ruining dinner, so the gang go to sleep as they are hungry, wet, and cold. As they sleep, a beanstalk grows out of Scoob's spilt beans, carrying the mystery machine up into the clouds.
Right head for shelter, guys! It's a downpour! Right? Oh, right, don't forget the beans! Oh no! There goes our dinner! Like all that's left is cold bean soup!
I'm still hungry, Uncle Scooby.
Let's try to get some sleep. Like maybe we'll dream about food.
There they walk on the clouds to a castle. Inside the castle, they come across a gigantic spread of food, and by gigantic, I mean the food itself is gigantic, and they begin helping themselves. An angry giant shows up, and Scrappy decides to fight the giant.
That's the biggest castle I ever saw!
Let's find out who lives there. Dinner is served.
Like, we must be in food heaven!
Fee, fi, fo, fon.
The eggs!
I smell the blood of a cowardly dog. I see we have guests for dinner.
We then get some chase scenes throughout the giant's dinner. We also get several scenes where the gang try to entertain the giant along with the giant's pet bird.
We'd like some entertainment while we dine. Make me laugh.
Good evening, ladies and germs. A man came up to me on the street and said he hadn't had a bite in 2 days, so I bit him.
That's not funny. Make me laugh or else.
The giant is bored and falls asleep, so the gang bust out of the castle and escape in the mystery machine, where it turns out the whole encounter may have been real and not a dream. I give this episode a 2 out of 10. It's okay. It's okay. I never want to watch it again like I said before. It's Scooby and the Beanstalk, and I probably would have liked this as a kid, because I liked Jack and the Beanstalk a lot as a kid, so I probably would have liked this one. But as an adult, as a middle-aged man in his 40s, it's just, I'm just happy to be done with it. And yeah, that's it. Next week, we're covering a new series, and it's a better series, I think. It's because Scooby, Scrappy, and Shaggy still, but they have the Fearless Detective Agency. There's more of a plot. The episodes are a little longer. I think they're approaching like 12 minutes or so instead of like 7 minutes. So I'm very looking forward to starting that series. And we'll be doing the episode, The Maltese Mackerel, which is the first episode of that series. And until then, stay spooky.